Next question from John. He says, Brad, I was reverse engineering a few of your links that lead to the G site for Virginia SEO. It led me to an obvious PBN that is being used. I don't want to name it here since I don't think it matters. I noticed that the website has what appears to be its own social syndication ring of various 2.0 properties. But it also appears that the site is auto-blogging videos. Why? These videos don't appear to be syndicating, and I assume that is on purpose. No, John, honestly, I've talked about this, and just about every time we talk about the SEO Virginia, my first experience with RYS Academy methods, right? That's the first thing that I ever built, is that the Virginia SEO or SEO Virginia, whatever, Google site. And I did a drive stack around that keyword, and boom, I've been ranked. Well, I built it in May of 2015, and I think it was about 6 or 8 weeks before it ranked, but it's been ranked ever since. It hasn't budged a fucking spot since then. and that's like incredible. So anyways, I've talked about this many, many times. You obviously hadn't heard it, but I had a old PBN network, private blog network that was it was crafted very poorly. It was based upon like 2012 and 2013 PBN building principles, right? So as of 2015, when I built that drive stack, those PBNs were basically toxic for links for any sort of money site. They were that bad, only because, again, 2012, 2013 methods for building PBNs were a lot different than they were in 2015, right? And so I had like large PBN network that was basically useless for building links to money sites. So I pretty much repurposed them to be video broadcasting sites. And all I would do is use them as like an embed network to optimize or rank videos. So I basically just turned my PBNs, the old ones that were crappy, they weren't themed well, that kind of stuff. They had a whole bunch of different posts on them in different topical categories and things like that. So they were just very, very, would have been toxic had I linked directly to money sites. So that said, because I had that available, and they were all Google properties for that test, that first experience with RYS methods, right? So the Google Drives properties as well as the Google site. I used that PBN network, which was now a video broadcasting network, specifically just because it was, in my opinion, they were like spam links, but I didn't care because it was Google properties. So I did one PBN link run. I think at the time it was about 38 or 40 links, and that was it. And a lot of those sites have been, expired now, but, I let the domains expire on a lot of those sites, but a handful of them are still live, probably just because they're on auto renew and I just pay for them every year. And so that's it. I haven't done any link building to that site at all since May of 2015. And so again, any of those sites that you saw backlinks coming from pointing to that are either test sites or just basically old spammed PBN sites that are just still existing. And I think there might be a few links in there coming from some sites that are in our Video Powerhouse network. Because again, a lot of those sites from my old PBNs were just turned into video broadcasting sites. And that's it. So anyways, just to answer your question, John, that was purely done from back in 2015. There's been no link building done to that property since then. And what you're looking at are old links coming from PBNs that are no longer being used, or if they're being used, it's specifically only for video syndication. All right. Good question, though. Doss says, go ahead.
I would just add that that's not where the secret sauce is. I mean, if that's right, where he's investigating PBN links and all that, you're way off course, man. You got to circle back.
Okay. Very good. Yeah, I totally agree. That's what I was trying to get at. Maybe I wasn't clear about it, but those links were like, that was just to help get it pushed. And I remember when I did that, it was, like I said, it was right after I built it. I did a run through my PBN, through, part or a handful of sites, a few dozen anyways, of, and then I let it go. Like I checked on it every few days for about 2 or 3 weeks. And it was in and out of the Google site, and some of the Drives files were in and out of the index, and they were bouncing all over the damn place when they were in the index. And so I basically kind of like just gave up on it. Like I just kind of forgot about it. And it was like 6 or 8 weeks later. So it probably was in July or maybe even August. But I remember just happened to think about it, and I went and just did a manual search at SEO Virginia, and boom, it was #1. And I was like, holy shit. And it's been there ever since. And I've never done a damn thing to it. And so again, it has very little to do with the links, if anything at all, because those links would have tanked another site if it wasn't Google properties, right? So what Marco just said is absolutely correct.